All right, let's just play this last clip, too, because this is... I mean, we talked yesterday about what was disturbing about the media response to Donald Trump's speech, and there were two elements I found particularly disturbing. One was the idea that somehow he was being presidential and that there was some type of reset based upon his ability to read the speech. I'm not saying he did. I don't think it was a particularly good speech as written. I don't think it was a particularly rousing or emotional delivery of the speech. Even if it were, it shouldn't be that relevant, but it wasn't either of those things. And the other thing was the belief by the media that performance was somehow relevant. And their insatiable desire for Trump to be just a little bit more normal so that they can resume their position of not being at odds with the president. And they will normalize him as much as they can. And here we have another example. You'll recall in the lead up to the speech, there was this story that first broke. Unnamed sources says that President Trump is going to contemplate a comprehensive immigration bill, meet Democrats halfway. And then there was these sort of like sideways stories that said that unnamed source was actually President Trump himself.
Great choice.
Doing his, this is John Miller.
This is John Miller.
And then it turns out that the media is finding out, oh, we just got played again. There is going to be no limit to how often this is going to happen. It's just going to keep happening and happening and happening. They will not learn because their insatiable desire to normalize this guy
It's Aesop's fable. Come on.
Outweighs their ability to come to their senses about what's real and what's not.
Let's just change gears entirely and talk about the bait and switch that the president pulled when it came to immigration yesterday. He had this meeting with the anchors. He talked about a path to legal status. Basically, they fed up things that they thought these anchors would like, that they thought would give them positive press coverage for the next few hours. A senior administration official admitted that it was a misdirection play. And you will note that when the president was actually out there speaking to the American public, he didn't talk about a path to legal status. He talked about reforming the legal immigration system so it's merit-based. That means fewer low-skilled workers, fewer people coming on family ties, more people coming on high-skilled visas. That is still closer to a Stephen Miller and Steve Bannon framework of the world than Gang of Eight, who pushed comprehensive immigration reform.
Interesting twist, although it does make you wonder. So we're not supposed to believe what the senior-most official at the lunch says, who then they allowed it to be the president's name, says. We're not supposed to believe what they say. Maybe we shouldn't believe what they say.
Right. Maybe.
Well, how could you, but I mean, to be fair, how could they possibly have known that Donald Trump has a propensity to lie? Right?
I mean, I'm usually a straight
how many
shooter.
times?
At least John Miller is.
How many times are they going to allow that to happen? I will tell you, infinity times. Infinity times.
Are you saying that we're at an off-the-record meeting with the president and he literally personally walks in himself, sits down and says, "This is John Miller," with some off-the-record briefings on immigration that maybe we might not be able to trust what he's saying?
Damn well I was a snake before you took me in.
There you go. They will not stop. Their compulsion
They're pathological.
is too great. It's too great. Hey, it's Sam Seder. Why don't you subscribe to this channel? You can do so right over here. Over. Subscribe.